we're going to be doing episode 16 of season 1 for Babylon 5. This episode is called Eyes. Okay. I actually started to say this is almost a skippable episode. Like, I didn't say skip it. I just was like, I started building the recording and, I'm like, it's got some questionable points. It kind of borders on it. I wouldn't recommend skipping it, but you could probably get away with it. And I'm trashing that one because I'm going to change my opinion. I would not skip this one. I would not even say it's slightly skippable. It's not the best. Let's say it that way. That's pretty nice, I think. However, this episode really kind of starts hitting on some stuff that we've had mentioned briefly in other episodes earlier on in the show, and very quickly become significant. Yeah. And that's kind of why I'm changing my rating. Okay, so it's a bit of a recap episode. A bit. I don't think Bab 5 does any actual recap episodes, which is pretty unique, by the way. Yes. I don't even think they do like the previously on, which, as I'm sitting here recording this, I'm just like, man, that is unheard of. I don't remember. I really don't remember. It's been too long since I watched one of the VHSs. Yes, I watched this. I recorded this, and I watched the recordings of this show. I have no shame in admitting it. Those were the old days. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, seriously. I don't think there was any, recap. I don't think this is, a traditional, recap episode. What have you missed? If you're not familiar with the concept of a recap episode is it's this episode where in TV that they make where they're basically kind of behind schedule, usually, honestly. They're usually behind schedule and they kind of need to break things up and give themselves some time to start producing the next episode better. And so basically they put in kind of a half episode, and then they fill in the other half with, previously on stuff so that the audience who they assume have missed those things can actually find out what's happened. And if you've been skipping a couple episodes, that's part of the reason I was saying don't skip this one, is I was like, well, okay, look, if you followed my advice and skipped the episodes I said skip, you watched 1, 4, and then I don't remember from there. Yes. 5, 6, 7, maybe skip 8. I don't remember. Okay. But if you're following that recommendation, I wouldn't skip it because, the recap can kind of help you get your place and footing. And that's true enough. But, there's actual, big story stuff that's definitely, not just, being alluded to. This story is really, really starting to get ready to go. And that's why I wouldn't skip it. None of this is super critical, mind you. Yes. But, it's if you're looking at a volcano and all the animals run away, you might just go, well, that's a thing. But if you start thinking about it and you go, oh, and that's kind of how this episode fits. It's kind of you could skip it and not honestly miss much. But honestly, it's kind of that, that beautiful piece of intricacy that they built into this process, and skipping it is kind of a shame. Anyway, I am going to start plugging myself somewhat shamelessly because you know what? I would love more subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind clicking subscribe, thank you. You don't need to click the bell. In fact, I really don't want you to click the bell. I'm mostly just practicing getting comfortable saying, please subscribe. But it doesn't really affect you that much. That's why they have the bell anymore. Yes. So, what are you going to lose by subscribing? Nothing. Anyway, you guys have a good one.